Thursday, April 5th, your EMOM, okay? You're gonna start off with 8 single arm ring rows, okay? The way you guys are gonna do these today, you only need one ring because you're only doing one arm at a time, so you guys can share the rings. No need to have 2 of them right next to each other that are the same height. I have Ari demonstrate. Now, a couple things when you do these ring rows. Number 1, these are single arms, so you're not gonna have your feet in the same position you do when you do double arm, all right? These are gonna be harder, so you're gonna have to scoot your feet out to make these a little bit easier, all right? Remember, rule applies. Whenever you do a ring row, the farther underneath you are, so if Ari moves his feet forward and he's got more of an angle, the harder this ring row is going to be. The farther he moves his feet out and the more vertical he is, the easier that ring row is going to be. All right, it's going to be 4 rounds of each arm because it's 6 total rounds. It's 6 total rounds, so it's going to be 3 rounds on each. Okay, so he's going to do 3 rounds. All 1 minute, he's going to focus on doing 8 reps with his left arm. Next minute, he's going to do all the reps on his right arm. The way you guys do this today, all right, is I want you to give me a 1-second hold at the top. Focus on your elbow movement. Watch what your elbow is doing. Don't think about bringing the ring here. Think about driving your elbow back, all right? The other thing is, in order to get the most out of this, I want you to stay nice and solid through your midline. So if you can kind of see what Ari's doing as he's doing this, he's staying nice and slow. His shoulders are staying square. Doing where you're kind of wobbly or broken. See how he turns? All right, he's exaggerating a little bit there, but he's kind of kipping. We don't want kipping. There's no kipping involved with this, okay? Nice and slow, nice and tight. He probably feels his abs working a little bit more when he stays a little bit more solid, doesn't turn, okay? That's pretty much it. Again, all 8 reps on one arm 1 minute. Next round, all 8 reps on the other arm, okay? Anything else on that or anything? No. All right? Solid. We want to focus on a nice upper back pull. Squeeze your shoulder blade together, but also a nice strong midline, okay? Your next exercise, kettlebell overhead squats, double. If you cannot overhead squat with a barbell, you are not going to be able to do this. However, there are ways to scale this. Number 1, obviously we stay light, all right? Number 2, I want you to elevate your heels. Ari's pretty mobile. He's got 2 35-pound kettlebells. I'm just gonna have him demonstrate the whole movement, all right? Ari's pretty good. If he wants to challenge himself on this, he can go heavier, or you can try to hold the kettlebells a little bit narrower, all right? Either way, plenty of ways to challenge himself. He's pretty mobile. Someone like me, I'm probably going to need plates under my heels. That's how I want you guys to scale this today, is I want you to make it easier on yourself by putting plates underneath your heels. If those 5s aren't enough, you can see his mobility changes with the plates under. I don't care, add thicker plates, add 10s, but I want you trying to do a full range of motion overhead squat. If that means you need to put a 10-pound plate underneath your heel, then do it, please, all right?
No, perfect.
All right, last thing is your single arm kettlebell RDLs. Ari, I'm going to turn to you.
All right. So this is a movement that is very complex only if you have trouble with balance. All right, so we'll start with the as prescribed range of motion, which is same arm, opposite leg goes back. Getting that full range of motion each time. Lots of tension on the hamstring. No excessive bend of the knee. You want to load the hamstring the entire way through. All right, on both legs.
Back stays nice and tight, not rounding his back. It's just an RDL, guys, except on one leg.
Make sure you try to keep that tension all the way through and not let the kettlebell touch the ground if you can. All right, if the kettlebell touches the ground, just try to keep the leg straighter. And then the way we can modify this is by staggering our leg. So if our trail leg is not staying balanced for us, we can stagger it back, just float it off the ground as much as you need to, still maintain that same range of motion, all right, just reduce the pressure as much as possible. Eventually, you can kind of hover it off if you're comfortable with it. Otherwise, just as little pressure as you can. All right, the more pressure, the easier it is.
This is the exact same thing as the single arm ring rows. You can do all 8 on one leg 1 minute, all 8 on the other leg the other minute, okay? One thing Ari can do, he's pretty good at this. If your hamstrings are pretty mobile, you can use a dumbbell since it doesn't go as low, or you can stand on a plate. Same idea, you stand on a plate, you come down, all right, and get a nice stretch. The only other cue that I would give you is make sure you have strong glute activation when you do this. So as Ari comes down, as he stands up, I'm going to have him good. Really emphasize getting to the top and squeezing his butt as he finishes, okay? That's really going to make sure we get that glute strong, that glute activated, all right? Other than that, if you guys have any questions, ask your coach. I think that's it. All right, anything else we forgot?
No. How about it?
Good luck. Enjoy.